very happy to interview Richard Lane this morning. Richard is professor of psychiatry and psychology and psychosomatic medicine in the University of Arizona, Tucson in the United States. And he gave a lecture this morning in the joint pre-conference of the European Association of Psychosomatic Medicine together with the Academy of Consultation Liaison Psychiatry in the United States. Richard, you talked about emotional awareness and the contribution of problems of emotional awareness and of expression of emotion in the development of somatization and somatoform disorders. Do you think that emotional awareness or problems in expression of emotion is not only a problem in medicine and in psychiatry, but maybe also a problem in our society?
That's a very interesting question. I think that oftentimes when people think about emotions, they think about the problems that emotions cause and how disruptive they can be, and indeed that's the case. But if you really look carefully at why we have emotions, they're actually very adaptive and actually provide really critical information that's very useful to us if we know how to mine it, if you will. Because emotions are kind of evaluating how we're doing in interaction with the environment at every given moment. So if we can decrease our arousal level, kind of look inward, and really understand what we're feeling, that is often a good clue to what we need. If we can register that, that'll influence our decision making, it'll influence our behavior and our relationships with other people. Very important.
You talked about that suppression of emotions can cause a behavior of acting out. So maybe the suppression of emotion or not being aware of his or her own emotions may have consequences in aggressive behavior too?
Well, sure. See, I think so. I think as human beings, we're unique in being able to reflect upon our emotions and put them into words and understand them. But biologically, we have these old programs in the brain that have been around a long time in evolution. And those mechanisms are in place to protect us and to stay alive and to reproduce and things of that sort. And those programs can get triggered for aggression, often in situations where maybe one's personal interests or loved ones are in harm's way and you want to protect them. I think that what awareness enables you to do is to potentially keep the behavior in check long enough to think about how you're feeling, why you're feeling that way, and make a decision. Is this what you want to do or not?
Yes. So this plays a big role in education and growing up of children, of course, and pedagogics.
Exactly. So I think there are a couple of different elements to it. One is I think it does help to learn about it and read about it and hear talks about it. But I think most importantly, we copy what we see. And so the modeling of behavior is really critical. So I think for our children, the better we can model good emotion regulation and management of our own emotions, and not just focusing on your own emotions, but the emotions of other people, and working out differences of opinion in a collaborative way. I think that's really the answer.
Yeah. So I think it's the first time you attend a conference of EAPM.
Yes.
Well, what do you experience here? It's the first day, I think, so you only attended a few sessions so far. But what's your feeling being here? And
well, I think the names of the organizations say a lot. Okay, so in the United States, it's Academy of Consultation Liaison Psychiatry, and that's really the expression of psychosomatics in the United States. Okay. All medical schools have that are university hospitals. Of course, we have consultation liaison services, et cetera. But what I love about the European system, particularly in Germany, Switzerland, and Austria, is that you have separate departments of psychosomatic medicine that include psychotherapy. And so I think a more, comprehensive approach to not only understanding, psychiatric manifestations in medical contexts, but kind of understanding the broad interaction between personality and physical disease, I think is very refreshing. And so I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you. I think we brought together two different traditions in Europe. The one is the tradition of CL-Psychiatry, and the other is the tradition of psychosomatic medicine or psychosomatic approaches stemming also from other areas of medicine. And we joined fusioned two associations in EAPM.
Right,
So
and that's really ideal. And I wish we could do that in the United States. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, unfortunately, in anytime soon.
yes. Thank you, Richard, and hope you have a nice day here and great conference.
Thank you very much. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
inviting me.